As the uploading of this video, this was actually supposed to come out about a week and a half ago, but I didn't realize I had to go away for an event. But now that I'm done, I decided instead to make this the last video I release for 2025, which is a comments address. And if you don't know what this video is, basically I use this video to actually address some of your comments. So if you're wondering why I don't always reply or respond back to your comments, it's because a lot of times I'm trying to save up for this video series, which I do about 3 to 4 times a year. I used to do it a lot more, but I decided to cut it down. Now, some of these I might have answered before. I feel like I have, but I can't remember. But it's okay to go over some of these comments again. But I'm just going to let you know right now, outside the beginning, this comments address is probably going to be heavily focused on my CZN videos, since I got a lot of comments from those. So now with that being said, let's go ahead and check out some of your comments.
It's you.
Oh yeah, that was me in my beautiful, sexy 2D glory when I had a budget for this channel. And oh, do I miss that budget. Oh, if only I could go back. Now, you can't help out, and all you gotta do is hit that subscribe button so I can bring that back, because do I miss me so much. Those are good times. Sadly, the pockets ain't where they used to be. But one day, I will be back in my full avatar glory. But if you can help me with these subscribers, I could get back there a lot quicker.
Isn't that the Gundam who kill kaijus?
Yep, 110%. Yes, it is. And it's also a really great kit. Actually, if it comes back on P Bandai, I'll probably recommend you pick one of those up. Actually, I believe in the future, this one's going to have different armor modes. So I'm definitely looking forward to what they add on to this kit, because I definitely believe there will be a lot of add-ons. But yes, this is a Gundam that goes around and kills kaijus.
Their last hope.
Almost down after that one big kaiju. Not down because of the Gundam-shaped kaiju. The bigger one, actually.
Well, since you're talking about the story, I gotta say this one thing. And I'm not gonna lie. This series kind of pisses me off. And that's because one of my biggest criticism of 00, at least the movie, was when they went the alien route. And I really didn't like that. And the reason why this annoys me is because this series in particular makes me a total hypocrite, because I'm totally invested and very curious to read Gundam versus Kaijus. I'm so interested in this one. I think since the recording of this video, I think I read only the first 2 chapters of this series, but it didn't really say much. But I'm definitely interested on how this story progresses. So I'm definitely, if I get a chance, I may go ahead and pick this up for a read.
Great video and good picks on the list. If I had to pick one to get expanded or have another season or series, it would be G-Witch for 2 reasons. The first is that G-Witch definitely needed a few more episodes to flesh out its story because it shows it was rushed during season 2. The second reason is that the Heart of Vanadis manga could be adapted into an anime or short OVA to expand slightly more on the world of G-Witch. Again, great video.
I appreciate this one. Thanks. I'm glad you enjoyed the video. You know, I try. I can't say I'm always going to get it right, but I do try to do, I do the videos that I want. And my hope is that everyone I put out, people will find enjoyment in it. And so, thank you for this. I appreciate it. But now, since you brought out Witch from Mercury, I think I've said it before in an earlier video, but I'll say it here. And actually, I got an upcoming video touching on this subject again too. But I haven't watched Witch from Mercury yet, except for, what is it? The episode that came out before the series launched, like the the, what's it called? The prologue. I only saw the prologue. Outside that, I haven't watched this series. So I'm going to trust your word with that one. But you know what? This comment actually gives me an idea. So if you don't know, I play this little mobile game called SD Gundam G Generation Eternal, and I'm enjoying this game. But on December 31st, the Gundam Calibarn is going to be released, and I'm actually going to summon for that Gundam. Now, to have fun with this, I'm actually going to go ahead and put up a poll, and y'all can go over there and vote on it. It should have been up before the release of this video, so go ahead and vote to let me know what my fate's gonna be. But the reason why I decided to do this was because for some reason, whenever a Witch for Mercury thing comes up, I always tend to somehow get some kind of copy of the main Gundam somehow. Whether it's summoning when I don't want it, or some kind of RPs or whatever, no matter what I do in the last recent months, it keeps popping up all the time. Almost like everything's drawing me to finally check out this franchise or to buy the kits. So I said, you know what? It's just an intrusive thought. And I said, why not do a challenge with this pull and test fate? Is there really a connection with Witch for Mercury, or is it just coincidence? So I'm going to let this next summoning session be that guide and see what happens. So once again, go to the community tab and vote on if I get Calibarn, what I should do.
Tall geese is best geese.
Well, I don't have any issues with this comment, but you might want to be careful because there's a couple of geese out there that might have something to say, like actual geese, Geese Howard, or, which I just found out, there's even a geese span. But when it comes to Gundam, there's no geese better than a tall geese. So I agree.
Orlia is amazing. She does heals, shields, DMG, and in low-costing AP cards.
When it comes to this, I'm going to take your word for it because me personally, I've actually pulled her, and I've actually used her, and in my testing her, I didn't really like the way she played. I even built her a little bit, even leveled her up, but I didn't really like what I got out of her. Now, I may be playing her the wrong way. I may not be putting her with the right team, but when I tried her out, I didn't really like what I got out of her. In my personal opinion, she is probably the worst healer in the game currently. But again, I could be wrong because I may have not epiphanied her right. I may have not built her right. I may have not put her in the right teams. But like I said, I'm not really fond of her, but maybe I'll go ahead and try her out again in the future. But as of right now, to me, she's one of the worst characters in the game that I've ever used. But again, things can change. So if I'm doing something wrong, let me know in the comments down below and I'll try your way.
Khalip is SS tier.
As somebody who actually has this character, used her, I even got a couple of dupes of her, I could honestly say I definitely understand why she's SS tier or top tier, and I actually agree because she does too many things at once, and that's what makes her good. My issue with her is pretty much two things. One, I haven't really found the right team to use with her, so I'm still trying to figure that out. And secondly, even though I've used her a couple of times, I'm still trying to get a good grasp on how certain things happen, so I haven't really figured that out yet. So once I spend more time and get a better grasp of her kit and also figure out a team that I like to pair with her, then I'll be able to use her more consistently, because right now I already got my teams and I can't really find room for her right now. Now, with that being said, I just want to go back to what I said earlier. That does not mean that she's a bad character. Again, even in my testing, yes, I think she is one of the best characters in the game right now. She is really, really good. I just need to take time to get a better grasp on her. So I will agree that yes, Khaleep. And I'm going to address that real quick because I kept calling her Khaleep, but I'm just going to call her Khaleep. I'm just going to go with the AI pronunciation. So if I'm pronouncing it wrong, let me know in the comments down below. But beyond that, yeah, once I get a better grasp of her, I'm definitely going to start using her more. But yeah, she is a really good character. And I will agree. She's one of the, yes, I agree. She's a top tier character in the game.
Still, no one can replace Mika. And we need 2 Mikas for 2 teams.
With being a Mika main, and again, I don't care what anybody says, I will argue this with anybody. Mika is the best healer in the game. There's no better healer in the game than Mika. She's so good that what I say back then still stands today. Mika is absolutely SS tier or tier 0. Basically top tier. And you know what? I want to bring up a point because I did think about this. And with Mika being a 4-star and as good as she is, I think I wouldn't mind more games making more 4-star characters or even at times 3-star characters top tier. And the reason why I say that is because, and I'm guilty of this too, is a lot of people who play gacha games, we tend to usually focus on the 5-star. I don't want to say everybody, but at least people in my category who are probably not going as in depth with gacha games. We tend to just focus on the 5 stars because we just think those are the best characters. And when you have a 4-star that's topping, it kind of forced, I would say, a player like me to actually go in and take time to learn characters and just try them out. So I really do like this. And I really hope more gacha games do this where they at least make 1 or 2 4-star, maybe 1 3-star character, a top tier character, because then it will force people like me who just focus on the 5 stars to actually go down and actually try out more characters in more gacha games. So like I said, this was just something running through my mind. I just like what they did with Mika. I think it is crazy that certain 5 stars aren't as good as her. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, Mika to me is the, you know what? I'll even say this. I will accept an argument that Mika is actually the best character in the game. I will accept that argument because I've said this in another video and I'll say it again here. Every time I use a team without Mika, I always want to go back to her. That's how good she is. Like, no other team that I build without her measures up. That's how good Mika is, to the point where, yeah, you basically have to make characters that don't work well with her because she's just really good. Again, I just said it. There's an argument I will accept of her being the best character in the game right now.
Great video. Don't make another one.
Just for you, it's too late, too late, too late. Link will be in the description below. I actually made another one, but I have no idea what happened to it. But yeah, there you go. But these next couple of comments, I'm just gonna go ahead and let them play because they're all kind of on the same wavelength. So I'm going to let these next couple of comments play and then I'll answer them all at once.
Your tier list sucks. Khaleep and Kirin should be in S tier. Kirin is really easy to use if you have his epiphanies and he slaps. Has a lot of AoE attacks also. Hugo should be S tier. He's one of the best AoE characters in the game. I agree with putting Mika in S tier. Khaleep is a tank and does defense-based damage. Beast. And both Kirin and Khaleep have AoE attacks too.
I'm against this. Hugo and Khaleep user here.
I know tier list is subjective, but this list is too awful. Haru is S while Kirin is A and Tressa is D. LMAO Tressa with Hugo is AS plus tier.
I don't want to be negative, but I'm not sure why you made this video. Out of 22 characters, you didn't use of them. That's a lot, bro. Maybe wait a bit longer till you can try them out with different pairings. Synergy seems to be a big thing for this game, but you have 0 experience with 40% of the characters? Kinda a waste of time, IMO.
First things first, I do gotta admit, this was my most disliked video I've ever put on my channel, which is crazy. So let me explain what's going on. So I did say that in the video where I said this was my personal tier list. This is not supposed to be a tier list that anybody follows. This was supposed to be my tier list. And actually, there is a comment that actually kind of got it. So I'm going to go ahead and let that play, and then I'm going to expand on it.
Making tier list for this game is not worth it, because it has like 100 types of playstyles.
Sure, but some characters will still generally stand out from the pack if built well. We probably need 2 separate tier lists, though. One for how well characters perform in Chaos mode, accounting for consistency, bad lucky, and the high value of having good sustain. One for the mock equivalent, assuming characters are able to get a good build, and placing a higher value on high damage and the ability to get low turn counts.
Now, this comment pretty much hits the nail on the coffin, because that's the big thing I was trying to do and trying to show. That's why if you look at the videos after this, when I bring up that tier list, it has changed with every single video and it's always updated. When I did that, that's basically when I first started the game. So that's how I felt at the time. And the goal was with each different video, it was going to update and I was going to have different views and different feelings. The whole entire point was really just to show my progress and how things change when you continuously play the game. Also, this was the first time I basically started the game without really looking at a tier list and trying to figure it out for myself. So basically what I was just trying to showcase is the process, and also in the long run how what really matters is how you play and your play style. Now, what the one comment said after that is true, that there are definitely with every game, there's going to be characters that just stand out from the rest. But when it comes to a game like this, it really does depend on, in my personal opinion, on play style and how you build your characters and their decks. That's what really matters. Here's a good example. Maylin. Maylin was a character, when I first used her, she was okay. She wasn't a bad character, but she wasn't really that great to me. She was a good physical damage dealer. I didn't like the fact that she didn't have any AoEs, but she was okay. Now, since I made that video, Maylin is probably the best character on my account. Don't get me wrong, it takes some build up, but once she's going, she goes in, does multiple hits, one-shot certain enemies, has a very powerful attack, and I love equipping her with the gear that gives her a counterattack. To me, Maylin, from that video, where I would say she was probably either A tier to S tier, now she's double S tier or tier 0. To me, she's, at least for my account, is the best character on my account. And y'all may feel differently. Now, another comment said I did not use the majority of the characters in the game. And that is half true. I technically, through re-rolling in that video, I actually have used every character in the game. The only thing is I didn't spend enough time with them. Most of them, I didn't do any epiphanies with them. I didn't build them. I didn't have a lot of time with them. Some of them I only played on the test server. So yes, technically for my main account, I did not have majority of those characters, but from the recording of that video, yes, I have used every character in the game. Now the partners is a different story, but when it comes to the characters, yes, I've used every character in the game at that point. I just didn't spend a lot of time with those characters because either I re-rolled them or I played with them on the test server and they play differently than in the current game. For example, a character who I played with on the test server, to me, who felt better than what they were in the main game, is Chiron. And I'm sorry, I'm going to be honest with you, to me, there's no way Chiron is a top tier character. I've used them, I tried them out. Now, mind you, and this applies to all characters, if you get the right cards to coincide with their epiphanies, you could probably make any character in this game really good, if not great. But to me, I'm sorry, I disagree, especially after playing with Chiron for a while. He is not a top tier character. He was in a test server. In a test server, I love Chiron because I was getting off AoE attacks all the time. But now that I'm in the main game, I actually don't use Chiron that much because he has some strong attacks, I will admit that, but no, there is a little bit of a learning curve when using him. Compared to other characters in the game, yes, you can't just pick up and play him and be good. No, there's some figuring out with him. For example, Mei Lin was like that for me. Mei Lin, I picked up and played and she was good. Hugo is a pick up and play character and he was good. Khalip is a pick up and play character and she's good. I'm not saying he was not strong, he definitely is strong. But to me, Chiron is not a top tier character. But I do gotta make one correction. At the time of that first video, I think Orlea was the only character I did not use at the beginning of the game. I mean, she's the only one. I did pull her, she was one of the first 5-star, but I did not use her at the beginning. I was thinking about actually going over my account, but that's actually coming up in a video coming out next year, so I'll hold off on that one. But right now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you, to me, what I believe is clearly the top and the best characters in the game currently. And if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments down below, but let me know why I'm wrong. But right now, here's who I feel are the best characters in the game currently as of December 2025. Mei Lin, Kalipe, Mika, and Hugo. Mei Lin because she's a powerhouse and a beast. Khalip because she does too many things. Hugo because to me he's the best sub DPS in the game. And Mika is the best healer. I would actually include, because I think Serenio, I hope I pronounced her name right, I think she's actually a top tier character too, but I'm not ready to put her up there. And that's because I've only used her for one day and I haven't really deep dived into her to see why she's good or if I can make her better. So I need more time with her. But to me, those 4 characters are the best. I've also seen, heard, and read that Veronica is up there too. But I use Veronica and I don't see it. Maybe I got her built wrong. I will admit that, because part of knowing these characters are good or not is how you build them. But to me, I don't see Veronica being a top tier character. I personally think at best, she's not an SS character. She's like a S tier character, but at least that's how I feel. But again, that could change if I find a better way to build her, but that's just how I feel from me using her right now. But my views can change as I continue to use her, build her, or be convinced otherwise. And that's the point I was trying to show, that when you play this game, and because there's so many ways you could build a character, and there's so many things that you can do, that you could probably make some of these bad characters actually really good. Or somebody could find, like, okay, for example, Orlea, like I said, I didn't like her when I was using her, but the person in the comments said that she's really good, so he probably found a way. And the thing is, as you play the game, there's things you gotta take into consideration. For example, I'm a F2P player. I have not spent a dime on this game, so the reason why I may not be getting the best out of my characters is because I can't get all their dupes. And also, until recently, I don't even pull for partners at all. So I don't have any, well, I take it back. Now, currently, I have a 5-star partner, but since I started the game, I have never had a 5-star partner until now. There's other things too that can change your views. Epiphanies matter. There's also cards that you can gather as you play through the game. Those matter. You have 2 types of equipment. Those matter. Actually, last I read, they're talking about adding more cards to Yuki, which I actually do agree with. And that could change things. I mean, a big one is playstyle. How do you like to play? When I first started the game, my first team before I reroll was a defense team. If I remember right, it was Amir, Mika, and Manga, I think. Don't hold me to that, but that's what I think it was. But I do remember that team because that team was great. It was amazing with survivability, but it took forever to beat stages because the attack wasn't there. So yeah, the attack was terrible, but the survivability was great. And now currently today, my main team and my strongest team is Maylin, Mika, and Veronica. Oh, I'm still working on Veronica. Well, technically, I'm still working on everybody actually, but they are my farming team. I use them to auto farm stages when I need equipment. That's their main job. And yeah, I would say right now, that's currently my best team. Actually, I would say Hugo more than Veronica, but again, I'm trying to build Veronica right now. Or let me give you another example, Khalid. Khalid, I know I call it Khalipe, I'm just gonna call her Khalid based on what the AI says. But Khalid, I could tell you as when using her and playing with her, she is great because she does so many great things. My issues with her currently is that I have not settled on a team for her. So that's the only reason why I don't really use her a lot. It's not because she's not a great or a strong character. I just haven't figured out a team. Once I figure out a team that I like to play with her, oh, trust me, I plan on using her a lot more. But with that being said, I definitely want to address the comments on this one because most of the comments come from, which I'm shocked, but this was technically the most disliked video I ever had on this channel. And I would have never thought that video from CZN was the most disliked, would ever be even close to the most disliked video. I thought was gonna come a lot later, but will I do a video like that again? Yeah, probably. I just think that my mistake was putting it under a tier list, and next time I do one of those videos, I won't put it under a tier list. I'll probably put it under something else and then give you my tier list within that video. Because like I said, if you watch any video after that, my views always change. So maybe I'll put it under like a progress report or something, because that's what it was supposed to be. It's more a progression, not just these are the best characters. And again, like I told y'all, this is my own personal tier list. So that's kind of on y'all, because I did say that in that video. That was my own personal tier list. But yeah, but I'll probably do something like that video again, or something different, but I'll probably put it under a different banner. I won't make it a tier list. So because I understand the criticism, and yeah, that if you look at that tier list face value from other tier lists, yeah, it wasn't that good. But again, I was trying to learn. That was my first time I was doing a video without a tier list out, and the goal was to do multiple videos showing you my progression and how things change as things evolve as you start learning the game. And I also appreciate the one comment when you say you're not trying to be negative. I didn't take it negatively. Again, I did that video to kind of hear from y'all and get some advice. So, but if there's one message I can leave y'all with, it's this: play at your own pace, play for your own enjoyment. And if you do that, that's all that matters. Now, with that being said, this is the last video for the year. I want to thank y'all for checking this out. And once again, I only do about 3 to 4 of these a year, so probably the next one will probably be around either March or April. So make sure to leave your comments down below for a chance to be featured in a future comments address. And also, make sure to come back next month, which as the release of this video is going to be a couple of days, because I will be putting out my channel update and overview and let you know what the plans are for the future of this channel. So with that being said, Happy New Year's, and I'll see y'all next year in 2026. Have a good one.